Welcome to World of Marketing Podcast, a Foster Web Marketing production. Here's your host, Tom Foster.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World of Marketing, where I, Tom Foster, talk with legal leaders about marketing, mindset, and the growth of law firm businesses. This episode is brought to you by my own company, Hofstra Web Marketing. Since the internet was born, Hofstra Web Marketing has been the premier provider of customized websites, marketing, video, and strategic marketing solutions for elite law firms. Our unparalleled web technology and marketing systems set the gold standard in the industry, catering exclusively to a discerning clientele who demand the best. Partner with Hofstra Web Marketing to experience uncompromising quality, cutting-edge technology, and exceptional service. Visit hofstrawebmarketing.com to discover how we can help you achieve your most ambitious goals and solidify your position at the forefront of your field. Today, it is my great honor to have as my guest and my friend, Simone DeLoach, Marketing Director and wife of Rep DeLoach, who is the Managing Attorney of DeLoach, Hofstra, and Cavonis, and the son of Dennis DeLoach, who originated the firm back in 1976. So they've been doing this a while. DHC Law offers personal injury, estate planning, probate, elder law, real estate and association law, and all manners of litigation. They are a very successful and well-respected firm with offices in Seminole, Sun City Center, and Newport Richey, Florida. Simone, welcome to the World of Marketing, and thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, and I already told you look lovely, and so for those of you that are just listening, you don't get to see, but you should check out the video. So you've how long have you been at the firm?
So going on 9 years. I started in 2015. And it's just been great. We've been able to accomplish a lot in that amount of time.
And Rep, your husband, is one of the managing partners. There's 3 partners at the firm, and he's the estate planning guy, right? He does the estate planning law and elder law.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, estate planning, and he's board certified in elder law.
And everybody, you got to go to their website, which is dhclaw.com, because Rep is one of the last people that I know that sports a bow tie and does it well, right? He wears one every day, right?
Absolutely. And people refer to him as the bow tie attorney. They're like, I want to meet with the guy with the bow tie. And somehow, right. It gives that sense of comfort, and it's kind of old Florida. It's a good look.
It's a great look, and he looks good on him, and he owns it. It's wonderful. And you just celebrated his 50th birthday? He
did, yeah. So we had actually your brother was there. We had a wonderful celebration. We got to have Chad, because not only is he, we work together, but he's also a personal friend. So that was nice. Right. Yeah, it was a nice celebration, and coincidentally, we're celebrating 2 milestones this year. His 50th birthday, and he's also celebrating 25 years of practicing law. So half of his life is spent serving and helping others.
Wow, good for him. And he does a great job. Mm-hmm. You guys have grown so much, and he's one of those lawyers that really cares about the law and his clients, right?
Absolutely. And especially, working and all attorneys do in all practice areas, but in estate planning and elder law, he, really helps a lot of people navigating the aging process and all of that they have to go through. And it's very challenging. So it's something that's very personal and less transactional. It's dealing with a lot of families with some of the toughest times in their lives. So he enjoys it.
And isn't Chad also a client? My brother, isn't he a client?
Confidentiality? Yeah, he is. No, absolutely. If he doesn't mind, he is. Well,
I think that's great.
At the end of the day, the reality is what you try to do is, if you are an attorney, is you do want your friends and your family members, to be clients, not just because you want the business, but it's because you're the best and you know you're going to take care of them the best, and why should they go anywhere else? So we always want everybody to come to people at our, the attorneys at our firm, because I know they're going to get the best legal solutions. And it's not just about, acquisition, which that's helpful too, but it's because I really do believe that we're the best.
You guys are the best, and I think it's wonderful. And I wish that if I lived down there, you'd be my lawyer for sure. And I would go to you guys for everything, because you just are a fantastic firm. Yes, all the lawyers are just wonderful, and you guys have done a great job. And so let's talk a little bit about, okay, so you guys do, we talked about estate planning, elder law, probate, and you do personal injury, all kinds of personal injury, right? Car accidents and all that stuff. But you're a boutique, you're not a mill, right? You're more of a boutique operation, would you say?
Absolutely. I think that for us, it's, we would rather do a smaller number of things and do them really well than be generalists and not be really great at anything. And so our personal injury attorney, Paul Cavonis, he's board certified in civil trial. Our real estate attorney is also Joe Murphy's board certified, and then Rep's board certified in elder law. We really strive for excellence. And the thing is if we don't do it, we do have a great network and a referral network where we can have relationships with other attorneys, and we can, refer that business out. And we have some great relationships, and they, refer back to us. And what's great about that and being in Florida is that there's so many people that retire in Florida, but their families might be up north. So we have an opportunity to work with attorneys all over the country, and then be a resource for people here, because we service the entire state of Florida, not just our county or our immediate Tampa Bay area.
And what I love, and I've been saying this to a lot of law firms, that just do like maybe they just do estate planning, or maybe they just do personal injury. But I think that there is a common bond between those different practice areas, because people want to work with one lawyer, right? They want to work with one law firm. They don't want to have different. And so it's great to be able to just say, if they're injured and they get a big, settlement, then you want to make sure that that's protected. You need to get an estate plan done for it. You can get it all done in one place, right?
That's a great example. That happens all the time. So if there is a settlement and someone wants to protect their assets, they can walk down the hall and we can bring in Rep and he can do a trust. On the elder law side, if we have aging parents and somebody needs to go to a facility and they have real estate issues that they need to sell the condo, we also have a title company that's on the first floor of our offices. But then if there's anything that needs additional work, we have our real estate attorney. So all of it, we try to have practice areas that are complementary to one another. So we don't just add more practice areas just to have more, to get more clients and service more people. It has to make sense with the whole ecosystem and the dynamic that we have between the practice areas. And it works out extremely well. There's a lot of crossover. A lot of our business comes from referrals, and that's referrals within the law firm, not just from other attorneys, but from each other. So that really works for us. And absolutely, that is from a marketing position. That's definitely how I try to position us, as being very boutique, all under one roof. And we want to be the first person that people call, even if we don't do it, because we're going to make sure that we hand deliver to them, to somebody who we trust, and then follow up with it, and
Right.
make sure that our people are taken care of, because it's also our reputation. So yeah, we enjoy it. We have a lot of fun and help a lot of people.
And you've done it so well, Simone. That's a big thing, is being able to communicate with your clients, right? So if somebody came in and got an estate plan, 5 years ago, you stay in touch with them through your marketing, through your newsletter, through your emails, and let them know about the other practices that you guys offer that they might have forgotten about, because they're just thinking about themselves. But if they're injured, right, instead of like going to Google and doing another search, they can know that, like, oh wait, I can go to my friends at DeLoach and they're going to help me out, right?
Absolutely. One of the big tools that I use at the law firm is one of the first things I did when I got here in 2015 was start a newsletter. So that started in July of 2015, started with about 3,000 people on the list.
Wow.
And now we are at about 14,500. So have really.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, and it's also a mentality with working with the staff and with the attorneys that it's like anyone that walks through the door, if we can get their contact information and add them to the newsletter, and we do the e-blast through DSS through our website, and then I also do a hard copy that is mailed, and that's that 14,000 number, because people really respond to it, having a hard copy. And they love the content. We have that people love the jokes. They love the recipes. Newsletters absolutely work. And I'm kind of old school, where people really
but that
have
works.
that hard copy. And also we work very closely with an older population. And so they really appreciate that. So the newsletter really works. And I try to have a good mix of the different representation of the different practice areas. So if you got on our list because you got in a car accident, but you have other legal issues, you can read about the other services that we provide.
Yeah.
So that cross marketing is really huge for us. And then
It's
obviously
critical.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it's that constant reminder, because people forget, right? Like people forget also too, like if they, just like if they, used you for real estate or used you for, if they were injured years ago and then they get the newsletter and like, oh, wow, I didn't know that they did estate planning, or I forgot or whatever, but you got a great article in there. And it's that constant reminder. And it's not only for that person, but also for them to refer their friends and family to you. Right. And so like you're right. The print newsletter is fantastic. That complements everything else you're doing. You've got a fantastic, if I do say so myself, a fantastic website, right? You are an elite client, and you've been for many, many years, and you've worked with my team. And so you just redesigned the website recently.
We did. And one thing I did want to say about the newsletter, if anybody wants to do a newsletter, it's about 56 cents per newsletter. And that is the best marketing you can spend. It is such a good value.
Wow.
And I'll get off of that, but I am such a big,
I know you know your numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm such an advocate of newsletters. It really absolutely works. But back to what you were saying about the redesign of the website, it was just a really a great experience, and we're super excited about it. Very pleased.
And that's not the first redesign, right? I mean, like, you've redesigned it maybe two or three times, haven't you?
No, we originally
really?
built it with you at the end of 2016. And then we just completed the redesign.
Oh, okay.
However, to your point though, Tom, is that throughout those years, we have been, and that's why I love working with your team, because the answer is typically, it's always yes. It's like, we'll figure out how to do it. So throughout those years, we have tweaked it and we have done things to our site that were never done before. So it may seem like we have redesigned it, but we just keep modifying and tweaking, and your team has been great to work with. One of the examples of one of the things that we did was our personal injury attorney spends a lot of time prepping clients for mediations and depositions and things like that. So we worked with your team, we created videos, and we now have a secure portal at the bottom of our footer, and nobody had done that before. And I cannot tell you how much our clients love that, because it's great customer service. They can watch it with their loved ones. They can watch it whenever they want. They don't have to take time off work. They don't have to spend gas coming to our office. It's an all-around win-win. But at the end of the day, it's also a win-win for the attorney, because he's not spending an hour giving that same speech over and over about preparation, he can have them watch the videos. He calls them afterwards, or they'll have a meeting with them and say, do you have any questions? Did we answer everything? Did we cover? And they're just like, I feel so prepared. And at the end of the day, they feel very confident about their representation. And at the end, they give us glowing reviews. So all of that came because we had a need. I worked with you, and that has been a game changer for, our clients, and giving back time to the attorney so he can work on, his cases and not be sitting in meetings.
And it's very important to be able to work together with your digital marketing person, your strategist, right, to get things done quickly, right, and not and you have a personal, relationship. It's not a bot, or like you submit a ticket and you're waiting weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, we've heard horror stories about other people and what they've put up with, but I'm by what you say and what I know about my own team, we're very responsive and get things done for our clients. And you're one of our best.
Oh, thank you. Well, I enjoy it. And it's just so great to be able to work with a team that when you put a lot of effort into it and people meet you, and we get things done, and we're able to get a lot of work done, but still also have a good relationship, because it's, you guys are fun and you're friendly. And obviously you want to do business with people that you also like. So, with my marketing strategist that I work with, we have a great relationship, and I look forward to our calls, and we can, have a good time. But at the end of the day, I respect him, and, I know that he's going to follow through with, what we need to get done together as a team. And I think he knows that I'm passionate about it too. So hopefully he enjoys that relationship too, because we care, about how things, turn out.
And so in that, thinking about that, how does FWM, your relationship with us, stand out from other marketing firms, in your opinion?
Sure. So I can go back to 2015 when I first started working here, and the firm was in a relationship with a different digital marketing company. And what I found through, my exploration and investigation is that they were dishonest, they were predatory, and they took advantage of the fact that the attorneys were practicing the law and just trusted that they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. So when I came in and I uncovered that, I thankfully had gone to Great Legal Marketing, went to GLM, had met you and your team, and got a lot of referrals. So I was able to do, an RFP, and I let them submit. They didn't get the bid, or you did, obviously, because we're sitting here, but I wanted you to get it. And that was my way to be able to let them go, because they had really entrenched themselves in our firm, and the attorneys weren't aware of what they were, that they were really taking advantage of us, because it was a lot of smoke and mirrors and fancy presentations and slide decks that just was meant to,
Seduce
us, and it worked. And no fault of theirs, because they're great attorneys and that's what they need to do. And that's why they brought me in, so that I could evaluate these things. And so I have had experience with working with other marketing companies. And the reason I enjoy working with you guys is because you're honest and transparent. And sooner or later, if somebody's doing something, you're going to find out about it. So why even be, dishonest? And you guys, from the get-go, I mean, no issues whatsoever. And so I've been very pleased. And then again, I just enjoy you personally. And then lastly, working with you all, you're always on top of everything. So if there's any type of updates, or I remember when the security certificates, and all of that was happening. And then, what's going on with, Google and their updates and things like that, that we feel very protected, that if there's something happening in the digital landscape, that you guys are on it and you're ready for it, and that you're going to help us navigate through that, so that there's no disruption service or in our website at all. So,
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I pride myself on having a great team. That's how I am. When I was doing it all by myself back in the day, it's really all about helping lawyers, because I'm a marketing person like you, right? That's my background. I'm a marketing person. And it's really about getting them the best ROI and working, with a team that they can trust. And on that note,
yes.
Because there's a lot of lawyers out there that fancy themselves as marketing people, and so to those guys, what do you say?
To those guys, I would say that's great. There's somewhere to start from. If you are responsive to marketing and you have a positive attitude about it, that's great. The other thing I would say is that you need to spend money to make money. Don't be scared to spend, because you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in your business, and your website is critical. And that's a great way for business development. And then I would also say, be honest with yourself. Be honest about the people that you work with, if you have other attorneys, and just play to your strengths, and don't try to take on too much if you don't like to do it. For example, like our website, your website, everybody's website needs content all of the time. You got to keep feeding the machine.
Yeah.
And if you don't like writing, know thyself and know I need to delegate somebody to do it, because the work still needs to get done. If you love to write, that's great. You just make sure that you set aside time to do that, because if that's something that you enjoy. But if you feel that that's not in your wheelhouse, delegate that. And what we have is a bit of a hybrid, is that we have an attorney that loves to write. He's written, I'll tell you, it's Rep DeLoach, and he's written like 3 books and a ton of free offers, and he's blog posts. As soon as he comes out of a client meeting, he was like, that's a good question, I'm going to do a blog post on that. And he'll jump on and and he loves that. And that, and that's easy for him, and it comes very natural. But if you don't, just know that, like with our situation, we with our marketing plan, we work with the content team, and we say, okay, these are the practice areas that can you I can feed them topics and things like that, and they'll be able to generate that copy. So we're a bit of a hybrid. So I would just say, be honest with yourself. It's okay to delegate. You can always approve it. You could proof it. You're the attorney. You need final sign off from a legal perspective. But that's just what I would say, is just really know what you like to do, and don't be afraid to delegate.
I would add one thing to that, which is do your due diligence, man. You're a lawyer. Check people, like what you just said a little while ago about when you came in and you discovered that this other company that had built this great relationship and with the lawyers, but had been tricking them and being deceitful. And, and this happens all the time to lawyers, because, and it shocks me, because they tend to be very gullible, and they fall for these tricks. They fall for shiny new. What's the next best thing? That must be great. And just do your due diligence, like the way that you do your legal work. You're going to do diligence. You're going to do investigation. You're going to check the facts. And so that's what I would recommend working with any vendor, any kind of company, is that you check them out and what other people say about them, and yeah. Right?
Absolutely. That's what was great about being at the conference. We were able to talk to other people that were your clients and other people that have worked with you, and then read the reviews,
Right.
And then interview whoever you're going to work with, and, ask a lot of questions, throw out different scenarios and see how they'll respond to it. Absolutely. Do your due diligence. You don't owe anybody anything. It's your business. You need to protect it.
That's right. And don't fall for it. Yeah, exactly. Well, Simone, I just want to thank you for jumping on this podcast with me today and being my guest. You're wonderful. And I can't thank you enough for all these years of working together. And I look forward to many more. And all that you bring to the table to help us be a better company, to help us service our clients better. All of that you've brought to us in terms of like DSS suggestions. And, because we're a software company too. We're not just an agency, and DSS is our software. We're going through you're going to love the changes coming up that we've got slated for this year coming out. DSS has never had so much update to it in a short period of time. So I'm excited about it. I'm not going to tell you much. I'm going to hold that back. But look, third quarter, which isn't too far away, you're going to start seeing some cool stuff.
Great. Well, no, we appreciate it. You guys are always, improving, and we look forward to getting in there and trying it out because we'll kick the tires. Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, Simone. Well, thank you very much. And you say hi to the gang. Say hi to Rep, the bow tie lawyer. And, and I will talk to you soon. Hang out here for a minute. Okay, everybody. It's been Tom and Simone on the World of Marketing. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff if you haven't already done it, because I got great people like Simone on the podcast all the time. All right, everybody, have a great day.
Thanks, Tom.